Hello and welcome to my video. Today I want to do some word problems, and before I solve the problem I want to give you some basic instructions about word problems. So here we have a simple problem. A girl has two more nickels than dimes and three more quarters than nickels, having in all $3.35. How many coins of each kind does she have? Yes, some people will not like this problem because they say, okay, they don't understand it. And the reason is this: majority of students, always said the word problems are difficult to solve. That's why I want to give you basic instruction, which will help you to understand how to solve word problems. Why math word problems for students? Yeah, why math word problem for students? Quick answer to that question is to create critical thinking. So creative thinking. As a human being, we need to grow up in our knowledge. We need to grow up in our knowledge. The reason we need kind of a problem which will need our attention to help us to think deeply. So word problems often require a student to use more skills together to find the correct solution. So more math skills together. So solving math problem or word problems need more skills. So what are those skills? We need to understand the keyword or the key terms. You need to understand that we need variables to represent unknown values. Yeah, we need to solve for something we don't know yet the value. We need to use a variable to represent that. Translate the key terms into algebraic expression. Yeah, that step is very important. You have sentences, you have to translate those sentences into math expressions called algebraic expressions. Write some equations to solve the problem. Yeah, you need to write some equations to solve the problem. And now, when you solve the problem, you check your answers. It is very important. You have to understand that word problem concerns K-12 and the college student. When they say word problem, it's not only for college student or high school student or middle school student. You have to be from K to 12. So everyone is involved. Yeah, everyone is involved in this word problem. Word problems are real life situation. That is another thing. Yeah, real life situation. So something you experienced before or your relative experienced before. So that's why when you are solving one problem, you have to match this to everyday situation. And if you are doing well, you'll know. Especially when you get the answer, if it's wrong or right, you'll know. Because sometimes the solution will tell you, this cannot happen. But this cannot be real. This cannot be correct in real life situation. So understand what problem require practice. Yeah, practice. Practice is the key of learning. You have to practice. You have to practice. It's not just one time, two times, three times, but many times. That's why some people don't like math, because the math needs repetition, and you have to accept repetition. Yeah, to get it. Okay, this math or problem involve money, coin. So let's understand how coins work. When they say penny, penny is 1 cent, and this is $0.01. Yeah. You have to understand this table, and you understand not only for this problem, but for any math problem involving coins or money. When they say nickel, that's 5 cents, and this is $0.05. Dime, 10 cents, $0.10. And the quarter, 25 cents, which is $0.25. Now, in the word problem, let's see here when they say understand the key terms. So let's underline the key terms in the problem. A girl has 2 more nickels than dimes. 2 more nickels than dimes. And 3 more quarters than nickels. Having in all $3.35. How many coins of each kind does she have? Okay, so we need to understand here that after the key word, we need to use variable to represent unknown value. In the question, they say, how many coins of each kind does she have? How many? So we want to know how many nickels, how many dimes, how many quarters. Okay, so we have variables, right? A to Z. So you are free to use any variable to represent the unknown. But usually it's helpful to use a variable which is initial of the unknown. For example, in this question, we have a nickel. So we can use n as the number of nickels because they say how many. So we need the number of nickels. So how many nickels we have? And represent that. Dimes. So D gonna be the number of dimes. And the Q, the number of quarters. Now, we go again to the scales. Translate the key terms into algebraic expression. When they say a girl has 2 more nickels than dimes, yeah, so the number of nickels is important, is more than the number of dimes. So algebraic expression between nickels and dimes, we're gonna have n, which is the number of nickels. This will be the number of dimes, d, plus 2. Yeah, algebraic expression. Can you write algebraic expression for the next step? Sure. Okay. Over there, they say 3 more quarters than nickels. 3 more quarters than nickels. So again, the number of quarters is important, is more than the number of nickels. So we're gonna have a Q equals n plus 3. Having in all $3.35. That means what? If you take the number of nickel, you multiply by 0.05 why I multiply by 0.05 to know the value. How much is that nickel in dollars? So if it's one nickel, it's going to be 1 multiplied by 0.05, which is $0.05. If it's two nickels, see if n is 2, you're going to have 2 times the 0.05 dollars. If n is 3, it's going to be 3 times that. So the value in dollars of that nickel, that number of nickel, is n multiplied by 0.05 plus the value of the number of dimes in dollars gonna be d multiplied by 0.10 plus the value of quarters in dollars. That will be that number of quarters, which is q, multiplied by 0.25. So in total, we have what? $3.35. But remember, we said the $3. No, okay. Yeah. Okay, there's something we can do. Which is what? We know that $1 is 100 cents. So $2 will be how much in cents? 200 cents. And the $3 will be how much? 300 cents. Therefore, $3 and the 35 cents will be 335 cents. So instead of using decimal value, we're gonna use integers. So that will, make our calculation easier. For that, I'm gonna rewrite this algebraic expression and the equation using some integer. But do you know that $0.05 is same as 5 cents? Because I want to convert everything in cents to avoid decimal. Therefore, we're gonna have 5n plus 10d plus 25q equals 335. 5n because n is the number of nickels. So if I know the number of nickels and I want to know how much this is in cent, I multiply by 5. If I know the number of dimes and I want to know how much is the number of dimes in cent, I multiply by 10 cents. If I have the number of quarters and I want to know the value, I multiply by 25 cents. And doing this, the total will be 335 cents. Okay, there is one thing you have to understand which is very important. Every time you are solving word problem, try to minimize the number of variables. I repeat, every time you are solving word problems, try to minimize the number of variables. In this equation, we have 3 different variables, n, d, and q. That will not be easy to solve. But it's possible to rewrite this equation to have only a single variable. That single variable can be repeated in the equation, but they have to be a single variable, like n, or like a d, or like a q. But remember, in the algebraic expression, we use n as d plus 2, q as n plus 3. Okay, so we can decide to rewrite our equation based on n, or based on d, or based on q. But here, it's going to be simple to rewrite all the things based on n. So we have n equals d plus 2. So that means what? D, let's go back here. If n is d plus 2, then d will be n minus 2. How? Look, if we subtract 2 on both sides, we get n minus 2 equals d, because 2 and the negative 2 gonna cancel out. So we have a d as n minus 2. Q is n plus 3. Okay, so we go back to our original equation, having 5n plus 10d plus 25q equals 335. This means we're gonna have 5n plus 10 parentheses n minus 2. Where the n minus 2 came from, that is d as algebraic expression. Why I'm doing this? To rewrite my equation based on a single variable. Plus 25 parentheses n plus 3. Where the n plus 3 came from, q is same as n plus 3. And I replace q by n plus 3 because in my equation, I want to keep n as the only variable. That will help me to solve this problem without difficulties. And we have 335. Okay, we're going to rewrite the equation by removing the parentheses, and we're going to use a distribute property. So we multiply the number outside by everything inside the parentheses. Therefore, we're going to have a 5n, nothing to do with that. The 10 parentheses n minus 2 change to 10 times n, which is 10n. 10 multiplied by negative 2 is negative 20 plus 25 times n, 25n, plus 25 times 3, 75, and everything is 335. Now, we're going to combine like terms. So numbers with the same variable and the same power. So here, we have 5n, 10n, 25n. We can combine all these three, and the 5n plus 10n will be 15n. 15n plus 25n will be 40n. So we have a 40n. Now, other like terms are negative 20 and the positive 75. So if you have negative 20 plus positive plus 75, this will be how much? So we know that 75 minus 20, because negative 20 plus 75 is same as 75 minus 20, and that is 55. So you have plus 55 is equal to 335. Almost done. In this equation, we're going to solve for n, and if we know the value of n, which is the number of nickels, we can solve for d and the q. So to solve for n, we will subtract 55 on both sides. So 55 minus 55 will be 0. And the 35 minus 55 will be 280. So let's go here. We'll continue. We're going to have 40. N is equal to 280. Again, 335 minus 55 is 280. Now, how to solve for n? We need to divide both sides by 40 because we need n alone. So, n okay. Okay, so n will be 7. 280 divided by 40. This is same as 28 divided by 4, which is 7. Why 28? Because we can cancel out 1 0 from top and the bottom, and we have a 28 over 4, which is 7. Now we know n is 7. We can solve for q and d. Again, n minus 2 is d, which is same as d is n minus 2. So d is 7 minus 2. Where the 7 came from? 7 is n. Yeah, 7 is n. So we have a 7 as the number of nickels. So d is 5. We know d, we can solve for q. But again, what is the expression? Q is n plus 3. Q is n plus 3. So if n is 7, that means what? Q will be 7 plus 3. Q is 10. So we have a 7 nickels, 5 dimes, and the 10 quarters. Now we need to check this. Remember, in the steps, the skills, we have to know how to check our answers. So let's check. But first of all, let's rewrite everything. We have N7, D5, Q10. N7, D5, and the Q10. This is the number of nickels, number of dimes, and the number of quarters. Now, in terms of money, if you have 7 nickels, that gives you how much in cents? 1 nickel is 5 cents. So as money, we're gonna have 7 multiplied by 5, which is 35 cents. As money, you're gonna have 5 multiplied by 10, so that is for dimes, which is gonna be 50 cents. As money, so 10 multiplied by 25 cents. Let's put cents, so that will help people to better understand what is going on. Equal to 50 cents. Now, with a calculator, if we add up 35 to 50 to 250, you'll get 3.35 cents. which is same as $3.35. Yeah. And the problem is solved. So we have 7 nickels, 5 dimes, and 10 quarters. So the girl, because the problem is about a girl, so the girl has 7 the girl has 7 nickels, 5 dimes, and 10 quarters. Thank you. Again, feel free to make any comments about this video for improvement the next session. And please remember to like and to subscribe for the channel so we can have more videos. Thank you.